Welcome to Uncommon Facts, your ultimate channel for exploring everything extraordinary. Are you ready to uncover truths and debunk myths across all realms of knowledge? From history's hidden stories to tomorrow's technology, from Earth's deep mysteries to cosmic enigmas, we dive deep into it all. Every week, we bring you facts that are as fascinating as they are rare. Dive into stories that will astonish, educate, and inspire. So make sure to subscribe and join us as we uncover the secrets of the unusual and the unknown. Here, every fact is a journey, and every story is an adventure. Join us every week as we bring you surprising revelations and strange facts that will challenge your understanding of the world around you. So hit that subscribe button, and let's start unraveling the mysteries of the universe together. Remember, every discovery tells a story, and every fact opens a door. Stay curious and prepare to be amazed. This is Uncommon Facts, where the only thing you can expect is the unexpected. In today's video, we'll be diving into psychological tricks used throughout history. Psychological tactics have profoundly influenced human behavior, shaping decisions and interactions across politics, advertising, and warfare. Throughout history, leaders, marketers, and strategists have employed psychological manipulation to sway public opinion, create desires, and achieve desired outcomes. What drives these tactics? Understanding the human mind, its fears, motivations, and biases has allowed figures in power to effectively manipulate perceptions. This exploration delves into the psychological tricks used throughout history, examining notable examples that reveal their impact on societies and cultures. Psychological tactics in politics. Political leaders have long relied on psychological tricks to consolidate power and mobilize populations. What strategies are commonly employed in politics? Persuasion, propaganda, and fear-mongering are prevalent techniques that create emotional responses among the electorate. One of the most notable early uses of psychological manipulation can be traced back to the Roman Empire. How did leaders like Julius Caesar employ psychological tactics? He staged public events to bolster his image and maintain support among the populace. His famous declaration, Veni, Vidi, Vici, I came, I saw, I conquered, projected strength and decisiveness, reinforcing his authority. During World War I, propaganda became a powerful tool for governments seeking to sustain public support. What role did the Committee on Public Information, CPI, play? Established in 1917, the CPI produced posters and films that framed the war as a moral imperative, using emotional appeals to encourage enlistment. One famous poster depicted Uncle Sam pointing directly at the viewer with the slogan, I want you for U.S. Army, appealing directly to individual patriotism. How do politicians manipulate fear? By highlighting threats, real or imagined. Leaders create a sense of urgency that compels citizens to rally behind them. The Red Scare in the 1950s exemplifies this tactic, as figures like Senator Joseph McCarthy capitalized on fears of communism to suppress dissent and consolidate power, leading to widespread paranoia. While effective in mobilizing support, these tactics often have long-term consequences, such as societal division and erosion of trust in institutions. What lessons can we draw from these historical examples? Understanding the psychological strategies employed by political leaders can help us critically assess contemporary rhetoric. Advertising, crafting desire and manipulating perception. In advertising, psychological tricks are carefully designed to shape consumer behavior and create demand. What key techniques do advertisers use? Emotional appeals, social proof, and the scarcity principle are among the most effective methods. How do emotional appeals function in advertising? Advertisers evoke strong emotions, such as happiness, nostalgia, or fear, to create connections between consumers and products. Holiday advertising often features themes of family and togetherness, triggering feelings that consumers associate with the marketed products. Celebrity endorsements represent another notable tactic. Why are celebrities effective in advertising? Their status and perceived success create aspirational connections for consumers. Brands like Nike have leveraged endorsements from athletes like Michael Jordan to enhance their image. What role does social proof play in consumer behavior? This principle suggests that people are more likely to engage in behaviors if they see others doing it. Advertisers often highlight testimonials, user reviews, and statistics indicating widespread acceptance. A commercial stating 9 out of 10 dentists recommend a particular toothpaste creates a sense of validation, prompting consumer action. The scarcity principle is another powerful psychological tactic. How does this principle operate? Advertisers suggest that products are in limited supply or available for a limited time, prompting consumers to act quickly. Phrases like limited edition create urgency and can drive immediate purchases. Additionally, colors and visuals in advertising significantly influence consumer behavior. What psychological effects do colors have? Research indicates that colors can evoke specific emotions. For example, red conveys urgency, while blue suggests trust. Advertisers strategically choose colors that align with their branding and desired emotional response. Warfare, psychological operations, and manipulation. In warfare, psychological tactics have been used to demoralize enemies and achieve strategic advantages. What strategies are commonly employed in military contexts? Psychological operations involve propaganda, misinformation, and deception to influence adversaries' attitudes and behaviors. How have ancient civilizations utilized psychological warfare? The ancient Greeks employed tactics as far back as the Peloponnesian War. The Athenians spread rumors about their invincibility to instill fear and doubt among Spartan soldiers, undermining their resolve. During World War II, psychological warfare evolved with mass media's rise. What role did psychological operations play during this conflict? The Allies utilized radio broadcasts and leaflet drops to disseminate information intended to undermine enemy morale. Leaflets dropped over German territories encouraged surrender and highlighted the futility of continued resistance. Psychological tactics extended to civilian populations as well. How did this impact public opinion? By instilling fear and uncertainty among civilians, governments aimed to weaken enemy resolve and disrupt support for military efforts. In more recent conflicts, such as the Vietnam War, psychological operations have been employed to influence both enemy and civilian populations. How did the United States utilize these strategies in Vietnam? Aerial bombings combined with psychological operations sought to instill fear and undermine the Viet Cong's resolve. Efforts to win the hearts and minds of the Vietnamese included social programs aimed at diminishing support for the insurgency. The role of cognitive biases in manipulation. Understanding cognitive biases is crucial in recognizing how psychological tricks operate across various domains. What are cognitive biases? These are systematic patterns of deviation from norm or rationality in judgment, significantly influencing decision-making. Confirmation bias is a common example, leading individuals to favor information that aligns with their existing beliefs while dismissing contradictory evidence. How do politicians exploit this bias? They craft messages that resonate with constituents' views, reinforcing support. During electoral campaigns, politicians often focus on issues that align with their base, neglecting opposing perspectives. The bandwagon effect is another relevant bias. What does this principle entail? Individuals are more likely to adopt beliefs or behaviors if they perceive them as popular. Advertisers highlight product popularity to create a sense of urgency and social validation, prompting consumer action. How do framing effects influence perception? The way information is presented can significantly impact public opinion. A political leader might frame an issue as job creation rather than tax increases, eliciting a more positive response. By strategically choosing language, leaders can shape emotional responses and guide decision-making. Ethical considerations and manipulation. While psychological tricks can be effective, their use raises important ethical questions. What are the implications of manipulating perceptions and behaviors? In politics, the potential for misinformation to undermine democratic processes is significant. The rise of fake news and deepfake technology exemplifies the dangers of psychological manipulation today. How do advertisers navigate these ethical challenges? Transparency and honesty are critical, yet the line between persuasion and deception can blur. Ethical advertising seeks to promote products while respecting consumers' autonomy and informed decision-making. But misleading advertisements raise concerns about consumer protection. In warfare, psychological manipulation can have devastating consequences. What are the ethical implications of employing psychological tactics in military operations? While the goal may be to achieve strategic advantages, the psychological impact on civilian populations and the potential for lasting trauma must be considered. The moral responsibility of military leaders to minimize harm remains a contentious issue. Case studies in psychological manipulation. What specific case studies illustrate the power of psychological tricks? Several historical examples highlight the effectiveness of these tactics. The Cold War. Fear was a pervasive psychological tool during the Cold War. The threat of nuclear annihilation was emphasized in propaganda campaigns, shaping public perception and policy decisions. Campaigns like Duck and Cover taught children how to react in case of a nuclear attack, embedding fear into the national psyche. Consumer culture and advertising. The rise of consumer culture in the 20th century was heavily influenced by advertising's psychological tactics. The American dream was promoted through advertisements linking material possessions with personal fulfillment, shaping societal values around success and happiness. Conclusion. Throughout history, psychological tricks have played a pivotal role in politics, advertising, and warfare, shaping human behavior and societal outcomes. What can we learn from this exploration? Understanding the psychological tactics employed in these domains equips us with the tools to critically analyze the information we encounter and make informed decisions. As we navigate a world increasingly influenced by psychological manipulation, fostering awareness and ethical considerations will be essential in promoting integrity and transparency across all facets of society. So this is our today's video. If you like our video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel Uncommon Facts, a channel that is entertaining as well as informative, or hit the bell icon. We will meet again with another interesting topic. Till then, stay safe and stay happy.